where do we go from here? Well, what I need to do is I need to know the lengths of these lines. They're going to be quite important moving forward. But I need someone to mark this out on. So at the moment this is round, and we want to draw something that we can wrap around our pipe, that we can then draw around to cut our pipe to shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my straight line, and I'm going to come find this bottom edge where we want to cut our pipe there, and I'm going to move over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a construction line over there. Now the length of this line wants to be the circumference of the outside of this pipe. So if this is a 60mm pipe, then our circumference is going to be a 60 times by 3.142, which is pi. I'll get my calculator here quickly. So we're going for 60 times 3.142, which is pi, press enter, and that gives us a circumference of 188.52. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go slightly larger than that. I'm going to go at 189, so it gives us that 0.5 millimeter. So 189 millimeters is our overall circumference. So I've started on 50 there, on the 50 on my rule. I'm going to draw a faint construction line in there. Now, I know that 189 millimeters from there wants to be the end of our circumference line. So that portion there with those two faint lines, that is the size of a template that we would need to wrap around a 60mm pipe. Now what I then need to do is I need to divide this up into 12 equal segments, and each of those segments will represent one of these portions of this rig. Now there's a few ways to do it. I could purely measure it, which would be one option. So if I take 189, divide it by 12, that means that each section will be 15.7 millimeters. So I could do that. I could go 15.7, 15.7, 15.7, and I could use dividers again. So this time I'm going to go, and I could take the measurements off here. So between them points there, and each of those points should be a equal distance. Yeah. And you could simply then place that point on the end and then scribe each one in turn. It's a little bit time consuming, but take any time with it will produce a better pattern. Be very careful as you place these points, because if you make a little mistake on one, it's going to result in cumulative error. So if you make a mistake here, it's going to affect every point after it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 12 points. I'm going to remove that initial drafted line because I do think that was a little bit short. And we'll trust our divider line. Again, a little bit bigger here is better, because this slip that we're making now, this pattern that we're about to develop, this wants to wrap around the outside of a 60mm pipe. So if you do it to the exact size of a 60mm pipe, you may find it a little bit tight. So adding a millimeter or so on, especially on the slip that's wrapping around it, will make it fit just that bit better. Right, I've got all these points plotted. So now what I can do is I can use my square, go along, and for each of these points I want to draft the line up again. So again, just a little construction line. Again, each time I'm holding the square nice and firmly against a parallel rule. Just So now we should have our 12 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yes? Okay, so now for each of our segments, we are going to mark a point on these lines that represents the height. Now the height of each of these points on the line we take from our intersecting points here. So let's say which is our center point. So this line here is our center. Put a little C up there. So center is, we're going to keep that as the center here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this point here. I'm going to move my rule up to that point. Okay. That center point there. And I'm going to find my center line here. I'm going to leave a little mark on it. Now, I also know that the next point, these two, there and there, want to meet the height of the next 2 points up. So the center point, the lowest point, goes on my center line. The next highest point here. Now we're lucky here because this is symmetrical, so both sides are the same. So we don't need to reference both sides. I'm just going to talk about this side here from now on. If this pipe was offset, we'd have to use both sides, but because this is nice and even, we don't need to. But this second point here essentially goes onto this next 2 sets of line. So let's find that point, and we're going to go, there's our center one, we're going to go there and there on both sides. We're then going to find the next point on our circle, which is there. Line our pencil up on there. We'll then find the next 2 lines here, which is that one and that one. You can see we're starting to get a little bit of a pattern emerging here. We're then going to go to the next point, the highest point there, and that's going to go onto the next 2 lines, which is this one and this one. And then we're going to work back down again. So we've gone from the highest point, we're going down to the next lowest point, which is this one, and we'll mark that off on the next line on each side. We'll move down to the next line again, mark that on the next line on each side, and then back to our center point, which we'll mark on the 2 outside lines, and they will be the outside of our pattern. So we now have the curve that we need to cut out of our pipe, except obviously it's in a flat form. So what we do now is we'll cut this out and we'll roll it up, slip it over our pipe and cut away.